kind of similar to your drive backhand. We're going to be actually focusing more on the lower body, and I think that's going to help free up the upper body a lot. So we're just going to watch Roger here. From his coil position, you can see his shoulders are turned a little bit past the baseline, kind of similar to a coil position for a drive as well. Yep. Main difference is the racket starts over the back shoulder and then comes down to contact. And I want you to watch, immediately after he hits, watch the logo on his left leg here, and also watch his foot. And I want you to watch his chest as well. How his chest follows kind of behind the racket. The racket gets pulled through by uncoiling with the upper body. And then after contact, the chest opens, and then the hips kind of follow behind that. Okay, so here's your slice, and I want you to watch your setup, the swing. Your main difference with your setup, number one. Actually, I'm not going to draw your attention to that. I'm going to draw your attention to your feet. I think that's just going to open up a lot with your upper body. Okay. First of all, check out the position of your front foot. There's times with your slice that your toes are actually pointed away from the net.
Oh, okay.
And that,
yeah, I'm like parallel right there.
Yep. That makes it really difficult to rotate forwards. So that makes it really tough to really open forwards effectively. But to make matters worse, as you swing forwards, look at what happens to your back foot. It goes in the opposite direction that you're trying to hit. Yeah. And so you have this kind of like twisty motion happening where you're trying to turn your chest forwards while your left foot is going back the other direction. And so your upper body and your lower body are doing two opposite opposing motions. Whereas Roger's setting up and allowing his upper body to uncoil, and then the lower body kind of follows along with it. Okay. Does that make sense? Yep. So first of all, yeah. Are you aware of what you just did?
What did I do?
You like took your racket back and your feet went like this, and they were like tracking in that direction. So that's like number one. Okay. We're gonna set up purposefully to have the final step be about 45 degrees angled into, just like the backhand that Matt showed you yesterday. And so that's gonna allow you room to be able to uncoil forwards much more comfortably. So we're gonna practice setting up that front foot 45 degrees. Go to a coil position, swing through, and then pivot the back foot. And the pivot's going to happen after you pull down through contact. Yep. Okay. And so unlike the backhand drive, we're not going to face forwards all the way. I want you to stop at about like the logo, the ET logo there. So pull through and pivot so that your chest finishes facing. Here. Yeah, there you go. Yep, okay. Yep. Good job. Good. Yep. And now let's go from ready position to stance and setup to pull and pivot. Yep. Let's just organize that together. Ready position, coil. No worries. Ready position, coil. Make sure that your front foot gets to 45 degrees. It finished there, but you started parallel, and then as you pulled, you shifted. There you go. Yep. There you go. Good. Ready position, coil, 45. Good. Nice job. Let's do 3 more of those. Yep. 2 more. Good. 1 more. Nice job. Good game. Here's the coil position. Be nice to get the front foot angled into the court just a little bit more. Okay. That's pretty close. And the reason why is we want the upper body to be free to make that turn forwards. But at least now the back foot is releasing a little bit after you make contact, so that allows the chest to freely turn forwards. So you can see there's just like a whole lot of, that was terrible. There's a whole lot of like everything is like going in this direction. Yeah, and so there's freedom now for your body to move. And before it was like all like twisted in different, in different directions. Okay, and now let's do 3 with underhand toss. So you'll start in ready position. When I toss, then you'll go back to that coil position. You'll step with the angle with the foot, and then allow yourself to pivot. Okay. Right? 2 shadows, please. 2 practice ones. Coil, release. Yep, one more. Coil, and release. Good. Now with a toss. Coil, release. Good, that's better. 2 practice ones. Yep. One more and check the front foot for me. You really like to plant on like, and it just makes everything else on top of it it makes it really tough to make that transition. Yep. It doesn't need to be pointing forwards, but if you're totally blocked off, it just makes the whole thing kind of tough.
Maybe think stepping towards the net post.
Yeah, come in.
That just doesn't like to move that way.
It was parallel on the last one. Let's just put all the attention there for like 30 seconds.
Yeah.
All right. No parallel feet. That was enough. There you go. Yeah, that's nice. When you do angle it forwards, the whole rest of your body there's like an ease about how you're moving, forwards.
Feel it on the rest of it.
Yeah. That really kind of sets the tone. If this is like your starting signal to everything else built on top of it, it's like nothing else really wants to move in that direction very well. Yep, that looks good. All right, let's do 3 hits now, and I just want you to think about the front foot, okay? Just make sure the front foot's not parallel. Good. Okay, good. Okay, good. You see your energy like moving like in towards the point of contact now?
Good.
So good job with the footwork, Gabe. That's gonna kind of continue to be the main thing, I think. But I also want to add one more thing to this. What makes a slice is backspin. Right. I want you to notice the angle of the racket as he's set up. It's almost flat to the court surface, and the butt cap is pointing towards the camera. So when he starts his swing, he's pulling the racket downwards. Here's his starting position, and he comes down to contact about 45 degrees or so, and then continues down on that path. So there's this plane of attack that's coming down to the ball with a flat racket face, and that's what gives the ball the backspin. If you look at Roger's drive, you'll see a very different path of attack. Before going forwards to meet the ball, his racket drops down first, so that as he makes contact with the ball, his racket is slightly coming upwards with a flat racket face. And so that rolls the ball the opposite direction. It rolls the ball forwards instead of spinning it backwards. Previously, your racket, the top part was right here. Contact was right here. And so there's a little bit of downwards. We go through contact, we're here, but it's very shallow compared to Roger. And so even previously, you had kind of a drivey slice. like there's probably a little bit of backspin because the racket path is coming down, but it's more so just kind of like a flat, it's a flat drive through the ball. And the ones you are hitting now, notice your racket face, your strings are facing upwards instead of more closed. And so we're starting here, but before you swing towards the ball, you're dropping the racket quite a lot. And so you're really coming from this direction to this direction. And we've got this like swoop that's happening. And then you're hitting through and actually coming upwards. And so instead of this plane of attack, we're on this kind of path. And so the actual like hitting is taking place right there. And so it ends up being a very direct kind of flush hit of the ball. So if we can add that steeper drop with the footwork.
Yeah, now your strings are flat, and then it's coming down.
Yep. Okay, so new setup position. And we're just gonna practice, we're gonna get the stance down here and practice this setup position and coming down to contact at 45 degrees. You see how I'm drawing a straight line here, downwards? Yeah, there you go, yeah. And then we're gonna swoop after contact back up to shoulder height. Yep. You were like coming down first and then going to contact and kind of scooping afterwards. We're gonna actually hit down through contact before coming back up again. Does that make sense? Let's practice that a couple times. Yeah, that's it. Yep. So contact is made with the racket on the way down. Yep. A few more of those. When I toss a ball to you, you're going to be really tempted to like fruit ninja it and just like really accelerate. And I want you to just kind of let gravity just drop the racket and don't get all crazy with it. Let's do 2 more of those shadows. Good start. Yeah, careful with, just let gravity, like because we're starting high and the path is low and we're right in front of the net, just calmly just let the racket drop for me.
Yeah, let the racket head, the weight of the racket head do the work.
Nice. Same thing. Just commit to the same thing. Good. Yeah. More. And that's you trying
that
to
was
like
Fruit Ninja.
chop it. Yeah. Do a couple shadows for me. Good. Nice and calm. Good. Nice job. Good sound. Pay attention to the sound it's making. That little extra like brush sound that's the actual backspin. Previously, it was more of like a thunk sound. You were coming at it more direct. 2 shadows, please, and we'll hit a couple in a row. Yep. Let's keep it passive on the way down. Down through the ball. Okay, that's good. Ready? Good job. Good job. Good job. Good job. You're still doing more than you think you are with the forearm? You're still doing more than you think you are with the arm? Yeah. What were you going to say?
No, I can feel my arm moving.
Okay.
Like when I do it just right, it feels so good, but it's like my brain is...
Yeah, no worries. It's looking good. Like this is like 80% of the way there. Go ahead and take a look at the last couple with Matt. You see how much effort that looks like? Yeah, there's just a lot of chopping going on. But at least now, the setup with the foot is fantastic.
Good setup
with the racket is fantastic.
Fruit Ninja. And you can see the plane too. If you can make the plane, see how it starts to
Flatten out.
Yeah, flatten out.
Yeah.
Instead of just so can I see your racket? Yeah. Think of when you're here, this edge hitting the ground.
Okay.
And then as it's going, you'll make the contact and you'll come up.
Okay.
That's better. That's better. little more flip there. 2 more hits. Keep the arm passive. Most of the strength of the shot should be coming from your shoulder and your back. That coil position, when you uncoil that starting position, there's just a huge amount of energy being pulled around by the shoulder and the back. And right around contact, I just see this extra, like this should not really be involved. Not until you're Roger status. Just use the big parts and keep everything from the elbow down really loose and passive. Good job. Good job. Here you go, 2 more. Nice, good job, good job. 2 practice ones. Let's go back to the baseline. Good job, less effort. You got too much arm going on, too much arm. That's better, good. That's better. That's better. Good, better. Keep it nice and relaxed. A little more flip on that one. Good. Matt, can you please show him his first baseline ones compared to the ones that he just hit? That looks really nice. The shadow looks fantastic. You see how much faster your arm goes on the actual hit?
Yeah.
And it's like violent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then that one too, just.
And so you do a couple shadows here, and I just want you to watch how you move on the next hit. It looks much more like the shadow. The shadows look good. It still had some jerkiness, but do you see how it's a little bit more calm? And it's interesting. This is like the first shot we worked on with you where you like, this is pretty common for tennis players.
Yeah,
in general,
for all shots.
Yeah, in general, you're very smooth and like you have good, for whatever reason, you're really abrupt with your movements on this one. Good job.
There you go.
Nice, good job.
Good one.
Can you show them that last one, please, Matt?
Yeah, that was good. The last one was probably your best one. Right here. See how smooth and just, I didn't see what the ball did, but that's irrelevant. But that one was more of just, I'm following the path. The big parts are working. But again, good coil, good foot positioning. And I mean, that one was much more relaxed and smooth. The last one you hit.